Hey, this is Alex Colmer, and this is my 14.2 6-week exercise program for 2 clients. And this video here is going to be my first client. This client is Georgia. She is 16 years old. She doesn't have any medical issues. Her sport she plays is badminton. She's never smoked, never had alcohol. She does 6 hours exercise a week, and she doesn't have any dietary issues. So some of her targets that she wants is muscular endurance and agility. For agility, we're going to get her to do the Illinois agility test on week 1, 3 and 6. Week 1 just to see how well she did it, because she did it last year in year 11, and she did that in 18 seconds, which is I think exactly like the average that people get when they do this. So by the 3rd week I'll try and get her down to 17.5, and by the end of the 6 weeks I'll try and get her down to 17 seconds, which is excellent. 17.5 being like just above average. So yeah, that's for agility. And for muscular endurance, I'll get her to do the 1 mile run in the 1st week to see how well she's doing, to see how well she can do the 1 mile run, and to see like how well her body can cope with running for a long period of time. So yeah, those are the targets me and Georgia have worked out together and she's happy with. So in week 1 on Monday, this is so I'll start with a warm up of 11 RPE. This will include a light jog at the start, and then I'll try and get her to do like lunges, sweeps, lots of like high intensity stuff, so that her body and her heart rate is like up to the level it needs to be before we do the Illinois agility test. I would do this test, so I'll do this test once, and then have a 3-minute rest, and then, well, I'll time it once, see what her time is, 3-minute rest, and then I'll time her again doing it, to see like how, if she gets different times or whatever, or if she stays the same after the 2nd time doing it. Also be to see like how well she can do the Illinois agility test, and to see how good her agility is. And then I'll try and improve on this within the next like few weeks, coming up to that end 6-week final time doing it. And then after this, I will get her to do a cool down at 7 RPE, and this will consist of a light jog, very light jog, and then lots of static stretching, so lunges, quad pulls, toe touches, stuff like that, so that her body can like recover and improve, so that her body can recover and get back to what it was before we started the warm up or did anything for this. Tuesday, this is going to be a rest day for Georgia, and this rest day will be so that she doesn't injure herself or that she's not way too fatigued for like the week's activities. Wednesday, this day I'll start off with a warm up again of 11 RPE, and it will be the same as Monday's warm up, so light jog and then some dynamic stretching to get the body like to the level it needs to be before doing this 1 mile run. So I'll get her to do the 1 mile run just to see how well she can do it and how well her body can cope with running for long distances. I'll get her to do this at 8 RPE. And this is like to help her obviously with her badminton, because she's going to be running for a very long time, like trying to get hit the shuttlecock back and like maybe run somewhere else, and like constantly running for a long period of time. So this 1 mile run is like very good, useful for that, to see how well she can run for a long period of time. And then I'll get her to do a cool down again at 7 RPE, so that her body can rest and recover and get back to what it was before. Tuesday, this is another rest day. This will be like obviously to let her recover and so that she doesn't injure herself or she gets too fatigued. Friday, this is her training session for badminton, and in this session Georgia does most of her muscular endurance training. So when she has this training session, she'll do a muscular endurance training, and I won't get her to do much out of muscular endurance besides that one day when she does it with her coach at her badminton training, I would just get her to do this 1 mile run to see how well she's improving. Saturday is her work day, so I can't really do any exercise because she won't be able to get out of work. So this is another basically recovery day after her training, so that she's not fatigued or injured or so she's not hurting badly. Sunday I'll get her to go swimming at the club. This is for recovery, so I will get her to do 3 lengths of 3 50-meter lengths of front crawl, have a 3-minute rest, and then do another 3 lengths, but this time do backstroke, and that'll be repeat that 3 times with 3-minute rest in between. And this will be so she's not fatigued, injured for next week's training, and so that her body can recover and get back to a non-hurting state. Week 2, I will start off with another warm-up, again 11 RPE, and then once I've done the warm-up to get her, so this time I will start off, I'll do a light jog in the warm-up, and then I'll get her to start sprinting, a light jog and then a quick sprint, light jog and then quick sprint, and then do lots of dynamic stretching. This is to get her body up to what it needs to be, because we're going to be doing some high intensity sprinting training. So I'll get her to do some running drills, so maybe I'll get her to run around cones, in between cones and over mini hurdles. This will be done at 13 RPE, both drills will be. I'll get her to do 3 reps of each with 20-second intervals. Each of them will be done in 2 sets, and in between each set you'll have 40-second intervals. After the session I'll get her to do a cool down at 7 RPE, and this will be a very, very, very light jog, because she'll have done a lot of running, so her body will be her heart rate will be very high, and she'll be very out of breath and stuff. So I'll get her to do a very, very, very light jog at 7 RPE, and then lots of static stretches to let her body recover. But this will be to increase George's explosive fitness, and she needs her explosive fitness for badminton, because someone could do a quick tiny shot over the net and it's really close to the net, and she could be really far away, so she needs to quickly explode and get to that really, really quickly to get the shuttlecock back over the net and maybe win a point or whatever, keep the rally going. So yeah, that's why we'll be doing these running drills. Tuesday, that would be her rest day, and this is to let George's body recover so that she's not too fatigued or that she doesn't get injured for the training during this week. Wednesday, I'll get Georgia to do a warm-up of 11 RPE again, and it'll be the exact same as Monday. It'll be a lot less intense than the Monday, so I only get to do a light jog, and then instead of light jog and then sprint, I'll just get to do a light jog, and then maybe some dynamic stretching after that, some very short dynamic stretching, because all we're going to be doing is plyometrics training to work on the power that her legs can output during a badminton game, so that she can run get to places quicker, or run to places quicker and then get the shuttlecock back over, and so that she can improve her quickness. And then I'll get her to do a cool down at 7 RPE. So that'll be to let her body recover and get back to what it was before she started her training session. And then Thursday, I'll switch it up so that there's not too much repetition. I'll get her to do the swim on Thursday instead of Sunday. And I've also got different things to do on Monday and Wednesday instead of the same things last week, so that she doesn't get too bored, or so that she isn't too bored with what I'm doing, with what she's doing, so that she keeps motivated. So the swimming, again, I'll get her to do the same as the last week, so 3 front crawl, 3 backstroke, 3-minute rest, 3 50-meter, same, repeat it 3 times, and then like have a rest day for the rest of the day. And this will be so that her body can recover from doing lots of exercise, so that she's not injured or fatigued, or she's not like in lots of pain, so that she can't do training for the next couple days, weeks, months, whatever she needs. As last week, this will be a training session where she does her muscular endurance, so I won't need to do any of that this week. So this is a training session, so I won't need to do anything. Saturday, she's working, so I can't do any exercise with her on that day. Sunday, that'll be a rest day, so that her body isn't too fatigued, or that she doesn't injure herself, or is too hurting again for the next week. So week 3 here, I'll start off with a warm-up of 11 RPE, so I'll keep the warm-up the same each week, unless she's doing high intensity training, then I'll ramp the RPE up, or have what she does in her warm-up. But after the warm-up on week 3, I'll get her again to do the Illinois agility test, and this will be to see how much she's improved in the first 3 weeks of doing her training. So I'll try and get her, as I said before, I'll try and get her to 17.5 on this day, which is just above average, and so this is her. So yeah, I'll just get her to see if she's improved. So this will be again done I'll do it once, get her to rest for a minute, and then I'll get her to do again another time, and then see how well see if she's improved, or if she needs any more work on it. And then afterwards, I'll get her to do a cool down at 7 RPE, so that her body recover, and so that she can go back to what she was doing, so what her body was before she did the Illinois agility test. Tuesday, this will be a rest day, and this is so that she can recover and her body isn't hurting too badly. So for this week's exercise, and then Wednesday, this will be again, and I'll get her to do another 1 mile run, so that I can see how well she's improved in her muscular endurance, see if her body can withstand running that long, and I'll try and get her to do it quicker and quicker than last time. And this time I've ramped up the RPE to 9 from 8 last time, so she has to do it a little bit harder. She has to run a little bit harder, so it might be a bit more difficult for her, but I'll get her to do this, and if she's saying it's too bad, then I'll put it down back to 8 next time I do it, but she should be fine. And then I'll get her to do a cool down at 7 RPE, so that she can recover, and so that her body isn't hurting afterwards. Thursday, that'll be a rest day to let her body recover, and so that her body isn't hurting or injured, she doesn't get injured or anything. Friday, that'll be more muscular endurance training at her badminton session with her coach, so I won't need to do anything on this day. And Saturday, that'll be her work day, so there won't be any exercise, as she is working, so I might try and do something later in the week, but I don't see the possibility of doing exercise on that day. Sunday, this will be swimming again, so that her body can recover from that week's training, and so she's not hurting or injured or anything. And that will again be 3 front crawl 50 meters, and then 3 backstroke 50 meters, and then rest for 3 minutes, and repeat that. I will try and repeat that 3 times this week, so that she can do more better. For Monday, I will start off with a warm-up of 11 RPE, same as before. So for week 4, I'll start off with a warm-up 11 RPE, and this will be a lot higher intensity